Hello everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at another Fragments video. Now, a quick reminder of what I call Fragments. These are videos that are comprised of old footage that I shot before I had a YouTube channel in mind. So this is going to be stuff that's not really optimized for YouTube. It's going to be filmed in sort of the vertical orientation, which doesn't look that great on this channel. But it's also information in locations that I thought were too interesting to pass up, and stuff that I can't really readily get to in order to film new footage. So it's not going to be the best quality footage. It's not going to be filmed in any specific way that I can edit together to look really spiffy and interesting looking, but it still exists, and I thought you guys might want to see it. Our location today is the Wonder House out in Bartow, Florida. Now, this is a very interesting place. Started construction back in the 1920s by a gentleman named Conrad Shook. And then it was picked up by a family called the Duchamp family in 1964, where it completed construction around that time period. It's a local landmark, and of course there are reports of some paranormal activity in there as well. Our quick tour that we're going to take today, it took place back in around the Halloween season, so there's a lot of nice seasonal decor set up from our wonderful hostess. And she's also going to give us a little information about the place as well. Now again, it's not going to be much actual recorded footage, but I'm going to kind of sprinkle in some still photos that I took of the location in the process. That way you get a quick little glimpse into the history and the interior of this beautiful looking location. And then maybe one day if I can return, I'll be able to shoot some more footage and make it into a more professional looking video. But in the meantime, I hope you guys do enjoy this quick tour through the Wonder House of Bartow, Florida. And if you're ever in the area, make sure to check it out because it's a really beautiful and amazing building. And let's go take a look. Let's go.
Now this domicile?
Well, this is the Wonder House, and it was actually constructed by Conrad Shook. Conrad Shook was a child of German immigrants. He was born in 1877 outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He had a lot of brothers and sisters, but they grew up fairly poor. His father became ill and he needed help on the property, so Conrad only had a second grade education. Yet he constructed the Wonder House freeform, which means without blueprints, with a second grade education. I can't do this with YouTube. Pun intended. But so he actually became very successful because he started his own business. He had a building supply company, he had his own quarry, and what he did was he had his own company town called Shooksville outside of Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, the railroads came in and decided to say, Conrad, we really want to purchase this property. But he said, no, I really made it for myself. It's a rags to riches story. And they took the land from him as an eminent domain case. And so they gave him pennies on the dollar. He said, you know what? I don't have much else to live for, so I'm going to pack up my kids and wife into a rail car, and we're going to go down to Florida. After he was diagnosed by his doctors, he was only going to live a couple months, but he could live for a whole year if he moved down to a warmer climate. They ended up in Miami, didn't like the taste of the water, ended up in Homeland, which is about 5 to 10 minutes south of here, and acquired for the property for the Wonder House on April 29th, 1926. They broke ground that same year. You're about 2 miles south of Bartow Center. So this was nothing in the 1800s.
Let's go.
Whoa.
Look at these little guys. Nice and misty. Ooh, look at the
Greeted by these gargoyles. These are cool.
Oh, I can smell that fog.
We got taxidermy. Look at this place.
My wicker, it's a casket from probably 1860s, 1870s.
Is the gentleman that built this house?
I mean, if I had the chance to, I would.
It was the Museum of Death that went out of business, and I was able to get 2 caskets on top.
This is from the Museum of Death.
There's a bat in this.
And then I put
There's a
feathers
bat in
on,
this basket.
feathers and taxiderm birds on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Ooh, there's a monkey back there too. There's a monkey.
Okay. Whoa, that's a big. Is that an elk?
Yeah, looks like it.
His name is Big E.
Hello, Biggie.
Biggie.
Biggie. Can't you see?
He gets
This is
decorated.
pretty cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, this house is on.
Skeletons. They're doing their skeleton thing.
Man, it's spooky, foggy, and
Pretty awesome, isn't it?
It's called atmosphere.
It's amazing with a little bit of fog boost.
Like a hornbill skull. Very
I have
nice.
a lot of people that come in here and they start coughing, and I think it's like a weird reaction. Really hard to find. Also, you can't find sets of 6. There's sets of 5 all day long, but not 6, and that's what I wanted. So that'll be a work in progress, but I wanted to do like an homage to Haunted Mansion to make it look like it's a ghostly table and do
Very
like
nice.
the birthday cake and everything.
pretty
'cause I
legit.
love that.
I would never have been able to tell that you like the Haunted Mansion.
Never.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
Never heard of it.
So tell them about the corner there.
Oh,
Yes.
so the piano, it's actually from the Arcadia Opera House.
Oh.
Snag that puppy for $200 at the antique store.
Oh, this will be the last.
Wow.
Almost the last piece
Bizarre.
of the
Yep, they
Yep.
didn't want it, so
last piece of the Arcadia.
acquired it, and it's one of
Get
those
in
like,
there.
oh, you know, the Arcadia Opera House is super haunted, right?
Mhm.
And you know, you think you're getting a
Word.
good deal on a player piano because the ghost is gonna play it for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you can flip her open and play a beautiful, beautiful tune.
So
Oh, he still has zip ties on his
I don't
hands. He
know
can't play the piano.
if anyone saw, but unfortunately, the
Yeah.
Opera House
Yeah.
got taken out by Hurricane Ian.
Hurricane, yeah.
It did?
Very
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, it got
It did,
destroyed.
yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
the last piece of it.
So now you can-
Stage, gone.
So here, now you can flaunt this as one of the surviving
You
pieces of
salvaged
the
it.
video.
You
Thank
saved it.
goodness you saved it.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Meant
It's
to
okay.
happen.
It's beautiful.
Breaking the news. Ooh. Show us what you got, Amanda.
No pressure.
Thank you.
Oh, play the tune from Hell House
Oh, wait,
LLC.
hold on.
Hey, you gotta do it. Hey, you gotta do it. I know what you're doing.
I've always wanted to do this. They hate
As a
this.
human, she would have been barking off her head.
Yeah.
You know, but it's so weird because he's just kind of here full time. But there's something. This is going a little too deep, maybe. But it depends on your spirituality and your belief in things. There's something bigger, and it's kind of like always with me now, and it's so strange. I was used as a human Ouija board, like maybe a month ago. Wildest experience of my life, and I was like, every hair on my body stood on end, and I was crying the entire time, and it would be like, yes, no, unsure. Because if you ask questions that were too specific, it wouldn't know how to answer because it didn't understand the concept. And it's one of those things like I want to tell people about it, but I'm also suspicious because people don't know. But I'm like, I come from, you know, Scandinavia. We have our own very supernatural, spiritual kind of thing there.
Yeah.
And I grew up without religion. And for me, I'm like, I feel like that would be equivalent to when people like say they can talk to like their God. Is like you have something that's from beyond that you can't say was like a person or was it anything, but it's something there and it's talking to you. And I'm like,
Like a
this
force.
is- yeah, and I'm like, that's wild. Like it's something bigger. I don't know if it's the universe or energy, whatever it is. I can't put a name on it, but I was like, it was
Something we
so
don't understand
weird.
yet.
That's
Exactly.
terrifying, but so cool at the same time.
And it was so weird because I started trying to tour and just look up the information from there. So in order to take a tour, you must book online in advance. And there is no money up front. I do not take credit cards or anything. It's just cash when you show up in person because things happen, traffic, accidents, kids get sick, dogs get sick, whatever have you. And so it has to be booked in advance, like your reservation, because you can't just show up. Again, it's a full-time private residence, and the tours do hit capacity. Like when I tell you the night tour sells out, the moment I say that it's open, it's gone. Same thing for Christmas.
Okay,
They also do Christmas.
cool. That's awesome.
That's,
Thank
I
you.
love Halloween, but my house is like always Halloween. It's like never Halloween.
I know what you mean.
So
Yep.
like I like Christmas because I still.
Thus concludes our super quick tour of the Bartow Wonder House. So I do hope you enjoyed seeing all the amazing decor, the beautiful architecture, the super unique building, and of course enjoyed the tour from our wonderful hostess, Crislin, who's in the middle of a wonderful restoration of the house as well. She's doing an awesome job with that. And she also happens to be a real-life mermaid. She was gracious enough to come on land to give us a tour of the home, so we thank her for that as well. Again, that was the Fragments portion of it, so, you know, just a reminder, I filmed all that before I actually had this channel, so I didn't have it optimized, didn't have it filming in the correct orientation, or in the interest of actually doing any sort of editing to make it look professional. So maybe I'll get back to there someday, take another tour, and be able to film it a little better looking, in which case I'll do another video. But for now, that was just a quick glimpse into the wonderful landmark Bartow Wonder House. And check the field notes. Of course, I'll put on some more information about how you guys can potentially book a tour or see any other details you might want to for this beautiful piece of architecture. But that's going to do it for now. We're going to end things now. Again, thank you, Crislin, for the wonderful tour, and I hope you all enjoyed that super quick little glimpse into the Bartow Wonder House. But we'll be back with more stuff next time, and we'll see you then. All right, see you guys later.